we're going to get into our newest segment, one that's been doing pretty well for us so far. We're stretching a little thin, but I think we've got a good one this week.
This one's good.
It is good. It's called Plot Hole. Wait for it. Assholes. And we're going to be your assholes for tonight. And if you don't know what this segment is about, we take a question or a concern, a plot hole within movies, games, doesn't matter, and we dissect it. We overanalyze it. We pretty much try to answer it to the best of our ability when it really doesn't need to be.
Yep.
That's why we're assholes.
Yeah. I still love that it says I make this show.
I make this show. So let's get into, last week we did Superman. Why don't we talk about Batman this week?
Absolutely. Why not?
Let's talk about The Dark Knight Rises specifically.
Let's talk about that.
Kind of the only one
kind of fucked up in this movie a few times.
Yeah, a little bit. You think? Yeah.
It definitely has its holes. It has its issues. I think it's probably my least favorite in the series. I still liked it, but my least favorite in the Dark Knight trilogy. What was the original question that kind of popped into your head on this theme?
How does John Blake, which is the police officer played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, ever survive as Batman? At the end of the movie, we're led to believe he's taking over as Batman. Batman's gone, he's retired, he's away drinking Bernie Brankers with Alfred. Now this kid's supposed to take over as Batman. We see him go into the cave. He's got like a flashlight and a backpack, and he's like, "Well, I did it. I'm Batman now." I'm like, how?
Epic conclusion, but requires a little bit more, I think.
This music, however,
God, the whole, the entire,
it's so good.
Hans Zimmer is awesome. Let me just put that out there now.
Okay, so first off, he's not actually John Blake. He's Robin.
I like that first name.
Yeah, I don't like that first name. I'm Robin.
Can I tell you how annoyed I was about that?
It was definitely dumb.
Like, they should have said, it was perfect. He was going by John Blake. They should have just said that his name was Richard Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he could have been Dick.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get it? That was like a little...
That's not the point of this discussion.
Anyway.
Let's get into how could maybe he make it as Batman, because he has not a lot of training. He's a police officer. Let's get down to it. He never got training from Batman.
Really well.
Pretty much Batman was like, I'm going to give you a few pointers throughout the next 2 hours, and then you're good. But no. He's got Alfred, right? He does have Alfred.
No, Alfred's drinking tea with him.
You're right, he doesn't have Alfred.
Away, drinking his Bernie Branker. Also, what I mentioned earlier when I brought up this topic is, why doesn't Bruce ever apologize to Alfred for letting him go months thinking he was dead?
Let's wait on that part of this discussion.
That's a little bit easier to figure out. This one is tougher, though, because, John Blake, I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and I think actually he did very well in his role in this.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with his role.
For a brand new character, I liked it
as a cop.
But the problem, the biggest issue that you have is, like, everybody's like, well, Batman, why is Bruce Wayne so different? Because he had freaking months of training.
Yeah.
He trained with Ra's al Ghul.
He's a part of the League of Shadows.
Right.
John Blake is not.
No.
John Blake
isn't a part of a league.
In this film, Batman told him
fantasy football
to wear a mask, and that's it.
So I guess that's the question, right? Is what makes Batman Batman? Is it his training or is it his technology? Because he does probably have access to Lucius Fox.
Yes.
Right?
Maybe Lucius Fox has probably hit the bricks after the nuclear scare out of the shit scare.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm done with this. I'm going
I feel
to Seattle.
like Bruce Wayne, he tied some stuff up at the end, and at the end of The Dark Knight Rises, you did get that like kind of revelation moment where Lucius is like, he's still alive. So maybe he sends him an email. A little email out of nowhere. It's like, hey, Lucius, what's up? I'm still alive. You knew that already.
You heard you're the new guy.
You might have realized that there's this guy kind of lurking around my cave. Give him his bat tank. Give him his bat wing.
Yeah.
This is how they do like the crossover
to answer your
to
question,
Iron Man.
training. Because you put Batman in any situation without any of his gear, there's a good chance he's going to get out of there because of his training.
Yeah, pretty much. That'd be like taking Kick-Ass or something. Just like this little kid out of nowhere,
right,
throwing him in a bat suit, and it's like, hey, here's Joker, here's Penguin, here's Two-Face, here's Clayface, here's Mad Hatter. Yeah. Good luck.
He literally collapsed at his knees and had his hands behind his head at gunpoint in front of 4 men.
Yeah.
Guns. That was going to be it.
Yeah, that was it.
Show up.
Right.
You're right.
This kid is dead on arrival. There's no shot that he's surviving as Batman.
I think you're. I feel like we need a sequel.
With this, that's. I'll put it this way: there is no arguing on
a sequel
how
titled
we can
"The Death of Batman."
This is, that's pretty.
Is there any other scenario? Like, is there any?
Oh, that's how Robin dies in this universe. The Joker doesn't even need to do shit. He just goes out and a typical thug just shoots him in the face.
And then that brings me to the question: like, okay, so maybe he was given. Maybe the backpack has like passcodes and like this is what this is. This is how you unlock this, but like. He still has no idea how to use any of this stuff because it was all designed by Bruce Wayne.
Oh, but wait. Maybe he like goes into Batcave one
there's
day.
an instruction manual.
His first day with the Batcave, right? He's got his coordinates. He gets there. He finds like a key. He turns something on like the main console. Suddenly, Skype opens up. It's Bruce Wayne. Yo, what's up, John? I got Skype over here in France.
Like, imagine being in the Batcave. Out of everything else around you that you're supposed to be in all about, you hit a button and you just hear boop boop boop, right? And it's just literally the face of Bruce Wayne.
And you just see like Bruce Wayne like in like a big studio, and he's like punch, kick, blah blah blah, like
the image
training.
For Bruce Wayne isn't even just Bruce Wayne in like professional like suit and tux. It's just him lounging back on a chair with a drink, like.
It's one
like
way. It's one way.
I think we need a montage. Is basically what we need in this scenario.
Maybe he has a Matrix-style bed, given all of his advanced technology.
He just plugs
and he just
himself
loads
in.
the Batman program.
Load him into the Matrix.
Yeah.
I feel like we can merge universes.
There's so many issues with this whole movie.
I agree about the whole Alfred thing. That's kind of shitty.
One of the things that someone brought up is
he nods. He's like, "Oh, by the by, I'm alive."
Right. By the way,
well, I mean, not even that. I mean, that's actually easy to solve because earlier in the movie they foreshadow it. He's like, "I always wished that I would have seen you across the way."
Yeah, but like really,
and,
Alfred was sobbing, crying, apologizing to his dead parents.
Yeah, I failed you. I failed you, and I was like so sad.
You need to apologize after that shit, dude.
I get it, but at the same time, I feel like at that point, Alfred's just like, it's almost like battered wife syndrome. It's like you just know to expect it at this point to where it's okay.
Yeah, I can see
that. It's like you know what I mean. It's like you've died how many times on me? All right, it's all right. I get it. Like it's good. All you have to do is nod. A nice family. You know, and that's kind of just it. My issue is how does getting punched in the back solve his broken spine?
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I think it's an unanswerable one, but
I guess the theory is he needs to put the vertebrae back in.
If I remember right, in the comics, when he had his spine broken, he had surgeries, he had a ton of medical treatment, and all he had to do in this one was just like go to someplace in the Middle East and get punched again.
Yeah.
that's all it was.
Yeah,
and then 3 months later, he was able to climb.
I feel like that's the better question here, and one that actually requires maybe some speculation, is he escapes from this prison in an epic moment, and then what? He's in Afghanistan, wherever he is. I don't even know where he is. It doesn't matter. But he doesn't have a passport.
I didn't want to say Afghanistan because I wanted him to say
Suddenly, next scene, he's back in Gotham.
Here's the other thing. How stupid of an idea is that to have a prison and say, you just killed 30,000 people. If you can climb out of this, you're good to go. Like, that is like, I get that you made it supposed to be undoable, but obviously a 12-year-old kid could do it, so it's not undoable at all. It's just, you have to have courage, which none of these guys really have.
What's your theory, though, and how does he get back to Gotham?
When he escapes the prison?
Yeah. He doesn't have a passport, he doesn't have anything.
Right.
Maybe the Batwing.
Wow. No, the Batwing's still in Gotham. It was still, remember, it was under the shade.
Yeah, but he is autopilot. Remember, he put the autopilot
Okay,
on.
So who's covering it back up? Remember, it was still covered. When he goes to use it later on, the Batwing was still covered.
Maybe Morgan Freeman, because he does say, remember where you parked it?
How does he call it, though?
Remote signal.
He doesn't have anything on him.
He's Batman. Maybe he does.
He's got his utility.
I have the power.
Maybe he finds the computer, he reroutes it, he links into the Batwing's computer, and it comes gets him.
Oh my god.
It's not past him, dude. He's smart. He's a smart man.
So I think what we can say then is technology does make Batman.
It makes a difference, but I think at the end of the day, Batman makes Batman. I think the technology helps, but without it, I think he's still worth his salt.
Batman is... Bruce Wayne himself is deserving of a hero title, regardless if he became Batman.
Yeah, I agree.
That he would have found a way to do good for the city and become a hero, if not a superhero.
So in summation, John Blake dead on arrival.
Absolutely.
Dead in a month.
He's done.
He's gone.
No doubt.
He's not making it anywhere. Bruce Wayne is a dickhead.
Oh, absolutely.
And he needs to apologize.
No doubt about that.
He's a mental abuser.
And finally, Batman, 90% training, 10% technology.
I can't in good conscience say that.
I would say 25 to 30.
Even if I agree with you.
Okay.
Just because I love them so much.
All right, that's going to be Plot Hole Assholes for this week. Thanks for watching.